Good evening, race fans. We are live here tonight for the Bad Company Racing Late Model Stock Series. We're out here racing short track racing on a Wednesday night, but we're racing like it's a Saturday night. Grassroots short track racing, joined by none other than the wild man, Mr. Kyle Wellman. Kyle, how you doing tonight, brother?
Hey, Tanner, I'm doing pretty good. How about you tonight?
I am doing good. I cannot complain. Excited about tonight's action. Little short race here, 100 laps around Lanier, but man, oh man, it's such a tough track. We went live a few minutes later. We got about 8 minutes before qualifying starts. So this is the Countdown to Green pre-race show. I want to thank y'all again for tuning in as always. Hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe. Helps out the channel a ton. These boys, they have about 7 minutes left of practice before it's go time into qualifying. And see if we can pull up the speed charts to the side here just to kind of show you all what kind of times. Well, everybody's on pit road, so that don't really tell us much, but the field's separated by less than a tenth and a half, so everybody's gonna be right on top of each other. So that means, mistakes could happen. No fast repair. Got to be careful tonight at a track like Lanier. Before we go any further, let's go through the wild man Kyle Wellman's keys to success tonight, the keys to victory. Kyle, what you got for him tonight, brother?
All right, number one is conserving your right front tire. This track is a one-groove track, really, and you're going to be wearing it out trying to make passes and getting around guys. So you got to take care of that right front tire and hope you have enough at the end to get to the lead. Two is protecting the low line. Low line is dominant here. I don't care what you're driving. I don't care if it's dirt cars, stock cars, shopping carts. You need that bottom line. Number three is qualifying is important. Track position is another really big key here. It's going to be hard to pass unless you use the bumper, and you got to start out with a good spot. Four is avoiding the carnage. This track, it's like a little Talladega. If there's a wreck, you're going to know it, and you're probably going to be in it. And then fuel is a non-factor. The race is only 100 laps tonight. These cars can easily do that without ever pitting. So there might be some tire strategy, but if not, we're going to see a lot of worn out tires tonight.
Wholeheartedly secondhand co-signed all them facts right there. Let's get that music going in the background. Get hype, ladies and gentlemen. It's Lanier tonight, presented by Bad Company Racing. Check them out. Super excited to have them on board here. With Lanier, I'll be honest. Coming into tonight, I'm a little nervous for these drivers, right? You got drivers that are very aggressive in the series, and they could pay a price for that tonight, right? I look at drivers, and this ain't calling nobody out, but somebody like a Brad Carpenter, Brandon Elvis, you got to be careful on a track like this. You got to keep the emotions in check. Somebody like me and you, Wellman, it's good we're in the booth, because I can only imagine us out there at Lanier in a late model stock with everybody right on top of each other, huh?
Man, I tell you what, I'm a little bummed because Lanier is my favorite short track, but I think we're going to have a good show tonight, so it might be worth it watching these boys beat and bang.
I want to see if we can do something here. We're going to jump on board with Mr. Brian Zimmerman. I didn't tell him we were going to do this prior. Probably should have.
Looks like he's going to pull off right here.
We're gonna pull him up into the booth anyways and see if he'll give us a lap around Lanier, because this is a unique track. It's a short track. It's low line dominant, but it's also low line dominant to the point where these guys are going to be using an apron tonight. They're going to go to that inside wall just about. So, Mr. Brian Zimmerman, you're live in TrueSimProductions booth. Do you have a copy?
I got you, man. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Let's see if we can cut the music off and see if you can give us a lap around the track if you don't mind.
No problem at all, man. It's first coming off pit road. You got to make sure you don't get run over. We'll let this 2 car by. On a qualifying lap, we're going to want to take it all the way out to the wall here. Deep into the turn in this car and throttle. Back in the throttle hard. Let those rear tires rotate the car. Deep on the chip. Back on the throttle. All the way back out to the outside wall. And you do that 100 times and we'll be seeing a checker flag here.
Well, Mr.
I don't know if I'll be the first to see the checker, but somebody will.
You made it sound super simple, super easy here, but we know whenever you get everybody around you tonight and everybody starts beating and banging, that's not going to be that simple, right? It's never just that straightforward. But I want to ask you, I'm seeing people, they look tight, look like they're using the right front up quite a bit, but I'm also seeing the car get upset when they're getting on the brakes and corner entry.
Yeah, people that stabbing the brakes or they're shifting that weight to the front too quick. You've got to be real smooth here. Car doesn't like it when you jam on the brakes. So that's one thing you'll watch for tonight. Going into the turn, if there's a car that's spinning in front of you, you hit that brake and it's going to want to bring that rear end around. So you'll see some people jamming on that brake and losing that front end.
That's a good point. Now, Zimmy, you're currently sitting top of the board of the speed chart with a 13.58. What's the strategy, I guess, going into qualifying? I mean, you just got to try to lay it all out there, right? No, can't be conservative at all.
No, you can't be conservative. You're going to have to lay down a good lap. Track position's king here at Lanier. You know, you get on the pole and there's a good shot. You know, you could lead every lap here if you're able to lay good, clean laps down. One thing about being the leader here, you can conserve a little bit if you can get a car length or two on somebody. So, you know, I'd love to get the pole here tonight, but this field, it's really tight. I did rip one off earlier. We had a good shade, and I ripped off one good lap, but, you know, once we get to qualifying here, it's going to be, I expect it to be really tight, especially the top 12, 13 cars. They'll be really tight on time. So you could be first or 12th, and it'll just be a hair difference.
Well, Jimmy, we're going to wish you good luck. We're getting ready to throw it trackside for invocation for the National Anthem. But good luck to you, brother. Maybe we'll be talking to you at the end of this thing.
Sounds good, bud. We look forward to it.
Thank you for all the info, Zim, as always. Go give him hell, buddy. Alrighty, Kyle. Let's throw it trackside with Joshua Rutherford over at Mullet Music Productions for tonight's National Anthem. And we'll be back momentarily.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, folks. Big thank you to Joshua Rutherford for that amazing National Anthem. Here tonight at Lanier, ready for 100 laps of nothing but bumper-to-bumper action. We're in practice right now, about to gear up for qualifying. Sun's going down, getting colder, getting faster. It's about to be an exciting night.
That's one cool thing about tonight's race, right? It's a transition race. These boys, they have practiced all day long on a hot track. We're going to pull up the race info. There's probably some wrong info on there first. Let me get rid of that. No, it's all right. Let's pull up the race info, and that will tell us a little bit what temperature-wise. So the air temp is only 85 degrees. We see that track temperature at 93 degrees. But like Wellman said, it's sunset time now. That sun's going down. And right there, boom, 85-degree track temp. We just watched it change in real time. So track just cooled off 7 degrees. I expect for times to get faster. And you know, with a cooler track, even though the laps may get faster, I can tell you another thing. The tempers also get a little bit hotter. So let's get out here and let's get to it. Chris Sawyer debuting a brand new number 51 here for qualifying at Lanier. coming around for his first lap here out of turn number 4. Going to see what he can do. That was his out lap, excuse me. I say a lot of drivers are actually electing to wait, going to try to see if they can catch maybe a cloud or let the track cool down a little bit more. But Sawyer looks pretty decent here for lap number 1. It's going to put him P2 on the board. Sam Lawson, the governor, sitting top of the board. Let's see if we can do Sam's second lap here coming out of turn number 4.
Yep, heading into turn 1. Looks like he's going to run a little bit higher than he was in his first lap. Oh, he's pulling off. Must have lost some time and realized just save those tires for the race.
Folks, if the ticker to the side's messed up at the top, we have talked with the SDK to try to get them fixed that. They've been having issues, so if y'all are seeing 2 names on top of each other on first, I do apologize for that. Jake Grout, newcomer to the Cricket Line Racing Series, actually went top of the board as Adam Thompson. This guy right here, this cat, is super fast on Friday nights in the Next Gen Series. He's always a contender to win in the Front Row Esports Series. He's venturing over here to the short track world. His first lap, P11 on the board to the 71, off a little bit, almost 3/10. Gonna see if he can pick up the second lap around as he goes in turn 3 and out of turn number 4. 71 gonna try to get a little faster this time by, and he is going to, but just barely went from 11. Now he's holding down P9.
I tell you what, I think AC Delco's making a lot of money tonight. They got 2 cars out there tonight, so it's going to be a little tricky to get those driver names correct.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one. Going to be a tough one. I wish our ticker worked correctly. It's so annoying. We try to strive to be the best we can here, but turns out with the software, it don't matter what we do. Right on board with the Creative Vets, number 56 of Tyler Clemens. Ooh, lost a lot of time getting sideways right there at turn 4. Well, I mean, we know when you get loose like that on your first lap, it basically destroys your second lap. You lost all momentum out of turn number 4.
I think he can rebound a little bit if he would have taken a high entry into 3 and cut it down low in 4 and saved that second lap, but just don't think it's quite going to do it for him.
Brian Zimmerman taking this time to turn a few extra laps. Currently sitting in P3. Justin Coleman, the Gold Chain Cowboy, in the number 14. Holding down provisional pole, 100ths faster than Jake Grout, the rookie in Cricket Line here. And look at 3rd, 4th, and 5th. They all have the same time. Oh, look at 6th and 7th. From 3rd to 7th, they're separated by 200ths of a second.
Well, just the top 10 is 8/10. That's really, really close. 8/10 is literally only about a foot of distance between each other. That's crazy.
Absolutely insane. No, they're 800ths off each other. So that's the second number, right? Oh, no.
Yep. No, it's 10th. It goes 10ths, 100ths, thousandths.
Yeah, you're right. I was incorrect. Sorry. Yeah, SDK only shows 2 digits. That's right. All right, so it looks like qualifying getting ready to conclude here. As we got a few people going out on track now. Right along with Mr. Mark Stewart here. Go on board with the number 8 machine. As on the back stretch, this is his second lap he is coming to right here. Going to see if he can get faster than P17. Second lap around Lanier was a 13.76, was 2:10 slower than his fastest lap, so was not able to pick up time on that second lap. What a car, man. What a good-looking car. We were talking about it in practice.
Yeah, that's really, really vibrant. Loving the chrome number there with the purple and blue accent color to it. Won't miss that one, that's for sure.
No, as it looks like everybody's qualified except the 91 of Chris Clark. And we had a storyline coming into tonight. Samuel Baumgartner got his first Cricket Line win last week at Concord for the Bad Company Racing Late Model Stock Series and wasn't able to make it tonight. So probably a good thing he wasn't able to make it because there's 25 cars out here, and you know Cricket Line Racing, we do it grassroots style. You win the race, you start in the back the next week. Now, I don't know if a lot of short tracks do that, but most short tracks I go to, except Nashville Fairgrounds, they do that.
Yeah, I think I haven't really gone to too many asphalt short tracks, but I know dirt tracks, they don't play that game. But yeah, it would have been interesting to watch Sam try to make his way through the field. I guarantee he would have been able to do it. But here's a starting lineup tonight. First, we got Justin Coleman on pole position. Then starting in second, we got Jake Grout, newcomer to the series. Let's see what he can do this week. Starting in the third position is Zach Murphy, and then Brian Zimmerman to his outside, and rounding out the top 5 is Brandon Elvis.
And starting outside, row number 3, it's another newcomer in the 06, Mr. Logan Mayer. In the 7th spot is Mr. Brad Carpenter. Daniel Sweat, Evil Knievel Machine. He'll be starting 8th. Samuel Lawson representing Kingdom Racing and TrueSimProductions Racing. Also, got us a TikTok, so check it out. TrueSimProductions on TikTok. He'll be firing off P9 with Christopher Smith starting to his outside, row number 5.
And starting in 11th is Todd Lamphere from Georgia. To his outside is Scotty Stevens. And then we got Caleb B. Thompson starting 13th, Dalton Creech in 14th, and the top 15 is Tyler Johnson.
Mr. Johnson, 15th. Going to have Brody Mears starting right there to his outside, 16th. Mark Stewart and that vibrant, bright number 8 machine rolling off 17th. Larry Bell, Mr. Pit Lizard Performance, number 43. 18th, 19th is Adam Thompson. We were watching him. We saw him take qualifying laps. He had good pace in practice. He's been rolling off 19th. And then there's the 34. Mr. Vermillion had him a great run last night. Picked up his first top 10, I believe, like the hard way. Picked it up. P7 last night for Vermillion. He's been rolling off 20th. Chris Sawyer's 21st. Rob Hottenbach, whatever. He'll be firing off 22nd. Kevin Prettyman in the 6th car, rolling off 23rd. Tyler Clemens 24th. And that leaves the one and only Mr. Chris Clark representing Top Hat and DTR Racing starting 25th. A lot of cars, Wellman, a lot of cars.
Yeah, it is. Kevin Prettyman, that's a new name I haven't heard before.
A lot of new faces in here. A lot of new faces.
I don't know if that's a nickname or if that's actually his name, but maybe we got a good old little Tim Richmond Prettyman out there today.
Right, we talked last night. I thought that was funny. So 2 laps around here pacing these guys. Going to get the brake bias set, get the wheel filling right, and then it is go time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you once again. We got a bunch of people watching now. Thank y'all for tuning in as always to TrueSimProductions on a Wednesday night. Hell, a Friday night, a Saturday night, a Sunday night, whenever you watch us. Thank you. We appreciate it more than you'll ever know. Hit the thumbs up button. It helps out a ton. Hit the subscribe button on the road to 500. I'm done shilling. We're about to be racing. Green flag is in the hands of Barney Fife Jr., the flagman. As green is out, look at the launch that Jake Grout gets to the outside. Is he going to be able to hold it? He is not. That low line, we heard it in Kyle Wellman's Keys to Victory. That low line is dominant, and you're seeing it now. Zach Murphy to the inside as well, as Jake Grout's going to have to find a way to get down in a hurry.
Yeah, coming out of 4 there, it looked like Zach Murphy got a little loose, and that helped Jake Grout get alongside him a little bit. But that outside line is just not there. It's going to be like racing at Martinsville, where you almost going to have to force your way to that inside line.
As he has a little bit of room there, right there, able to get down and get clear. But you're right. You basically now, if it's a late race scenario, you're going to be pinching that guy really hard. Jake, he looked to be racing smart, racing. He knows it's early. He gave them guys to the inside plenty of room, and he waited patiently to find a spot to go down. Now, he did lose 2 spots in the making of doing it, but got the 49 car down safely. As the top 4, top 5, top 6 have single filed out. Brad Carpenter here battling with Logan Mayer, another new one, or Meyer, I don't know, Mayer, I believe. Sorry, so many new names in here, and we'll get it figured out eventually, I promise.
Here's we got Sam Lawson looking under the 06 there. As he gets loose on entry. I think he's pushing a little hard in entry, and he's going to wear that right front out doing that. But he's getting aggressive, trying to get that track position. That's a big key tonight. Right.
You got to maximize the restarts, but you got to do it within reason. You got to take care of your car, take care of your competitors, but you do got to try to take every spot you can on the restart. As the 06 of Logan, he is just hung out to dry on the clothesline. You got the freight train coming by the 07, advantage to him, and now the 80's going to try to throw his name into the hat, as Logan's also experiencing a few electrical issues there on the outside. As, whoa, he got himself down, but man, oh man, it was dangerous.
That was beautiful. That's a move I would have made right there. Oh, they were almost looking at 3 wide right there.
Of course it was a move you made. It was dangerous. It was dangerous, but it worked. It worked for sure. 04 to the inside of Lamphere here. As these guys are battling, I mean, 100 laps, it sounds like a lot, Wellman. They're clicking off laps at a 13-second rate, so this race, I mean, you blink and you'll be done, right? So you do got to try to be aggressive, and even though it is early, laps do click off super fast.
I don't know if the 2 car actually hit the wall there, or if that was just a little
I saw that.
malfunction there, but it looks like his right front fixed itself.
It
So maybe
did.
he got lucky.
Yeah, I think it did. So I think what we saw there, we call it electrical issue. It's just a connection issue. Scotty lives out in the boondocks in Missouri and don't have the best internet, but we're trying to work with him. As we go back up front to the Gold Chain Cowboy, this has reminiscence of some of the races last season in the late model stock. Once Coleman was able to get that 14 out in clean air, it was almost like see you later. Like, just set sail on him. But the 29 car is not letting him get out too far, but that 14 car, he is a big benefactor to that clean air on the front of that nose.
Yeah, and then you got the man, the myth, the legend, Brian Zimmerman right behind him, king of saving at these short tracks. He could just be riding around, minding his own business, waiting for these boys to wear their tires out.
We've heard it all the time with these late model stocks. They use up the right side tires. Going back to Wellman's keys to victory, he mentioned it. Conserving the right front, protect it. You gotta try to basically use it very, very little, very minimum early. That way you have more of it at the end, more grip at the end to go in there, dive it off in there, make positions up. So right now, I'm going to ask the question, is the 14, is he asking too much out of his equipment? He's getting that car sideways. It's walking sideways on him, so that shows me he's pushing. He's not really conserving, not really saving anything. Will it hold up for 100 laps? That's cautions on the speedway, and now, folks, Lanier, these short tracks are hard to find the cautions, but honey, I believe we found it. Found part of it. Dalton Creek's unfortunately going to go a lap down there, all because there's so many cars not able to get around. At some point, you would hope somebody stops and let him get around here.
Yeah, good job by the leaders too. They came around full speed, right into that, almost piled in, but had enough awareness to get to the high side.
As Creech may have lost 2 laps there. Oh, whoa.
That looks like lockup. Yep, looks like he was about to get in the back of Tyler Johnson and just had to lock him up.
So we heard Zimmy talk about get on the brakes too hard to avoid somebody if there was a wreck. Watch this. Gets on the brakes to stay off the quarter panel, Johnson. Actually makes a little bit of contact, but you can see that's all brakes right there. He's got the brake bias so low into the front that it just grabs, and then I believe it looks like it takes a few with him. Oh, Larry Bell, nowhere to go.
Larry.
Hottenbach, nowhere to go. Vermeulen in there, but Vermeulen slight damage shouldn't really hurt him. The worst of this is Dalton Creech having to sit there to get a clean spot. And folks, let me show you why he's doing that. He's got cars coming right at him. I mean, he can't go nowhere. Got the wheel cranked. He's waiting for his spot. So heads up driving by him, but unfortunately going to lose a few laps doing it.
Yeah, you see on the front of Vermeulen's car there, he's got some nose damage, but it might help him. We've seen Zach Murphy a couple weeks ago where he had front end damage just like that, and he went on to finish second in his race.
Zach Murphy's like he hit a telephone pole at like 122. It was crazy. So I'm surprised he sustained that much damage with that hit. Look like he got the car woed up just enough to. I mean, he made contact obviously, but I didn't think it was anything of that sort.
Yeah, the biggest question for that is overheating. Is he going to overheat? I don't think he will. The track's pretty cool. It's going to keep getting cooler. But it's something to watch out for, as it looks like we're 1 to go, about to go green, getting double file.
Re-rack them, restack them, and we're going to try it again. Now, I'm watching the 28 of Brian Zimmerman here. He is on the inside spot. He is in the go position, we're going to call it. Can Zach Murphy fire off with the leader here? As 14 takes off, 29 gets a decent start, but is he going to be able to get down in front of 28? 28 says, no, sir, closes the door as they're double file as far back as the eye can see.
What I've noticed the last few green flag laps is Zimmerman is really taking a shallow entry, even when he's single file. I don't know if that's a tactic of saving or what, but in my eyes, I'd want to get a little bit more of an arch like Zach Murphy and Justin Coleman are getting.
Having to really turn that wheel more, right? Because it's physics. It comes down to physics, right? Just the angle that he is attacking the corner.
Yeah, he's just entering a car length down more than anyone else is. In my eyes, that's going to hurt him, but we'll see what happens. He knows what he's doing out there.
I was sitting here broadcasting, and it's a funny story. I'm sorry, I got to tell you. The way my room's set up, I can barely see the door, like the doorway, the walkway through, and I had this feeling for like 5 laps. Somebody was watching me, And I look over, and Kane, my little boy, is just staring at me. He's ready to go to bed. He was telling me, basically, he's ready to go to bed. I don't know if y'all picked up and heard him. But he was ready to get into his bed, so he was telling me good night. But I just had that feeling that somebody was sitting there watching me, and it was hilarious. I looked over at him, he smiled.
Man, I don't know about you, but I never sit with my back to a door, so that would freak me out quite a bit.
Right. Well, there's a little door right here that kind of blocks, or like a doorway in a chair that kind of blocks. So like I had to really peek around to see him, but I just had that feeling somebody was watching me. But back here to racing, 30 laps in, I'm going to ask for your pick. We should have done it earlier. Chris Keller was really good about reminding me early. Who's your pick tonight? I'll give you the floor first, sir.
Tell you what, I think I'm going to go with Zach Murphy. He's got that black 29 car out there tonight, which is odd. He usually runs the blue 29, so I think that might be a little bit of a sign that he's tired of coming in second. I think he's hungry and ready to win a race.
He's tired of being the maid of honor, the bridesmaid, I guess. Wants to get up there and get that victory lane, getting victory lane himself. But he has to worry about Brian Zimmerman and Jake Grout. They're right there, both on his back bumper. Coleman, though, I think that's clean air. It's what's allowing our leader to get away a little bit. It could be just sheer pace, right? It's hard to tell when we're up here in the booth. But it looks like the clean air is really helping the 14. He don't look like he's driving it super hard. Let's jump on board with the 14 and see how he is attacking Lanier. Not really using a lot of, well, had to put some wheel in it on in the center of the corner there. Really using that apron, trying to get that car to rotate, bite. You see the transition from the banking to the flat when he hits the apron. Trying to use any type of tactic, anything he can on the track to get that car to rotate.
Yeah, I think his entry's really good. He's having trouble rolling, and I think he could open up his exit a little bit more to get up to that wall a little bit quicker and get it straight. But he's doing enough to hold off second, third, and fourth right now.
Absolutely. Let's ride on back of him. Looking back to P2, Zach Murphy in the black Intimidator machine. I always like Zach Murphy's paint scheme. He's normally in the AC Deco machine, but I think we have Adam Thompson already out here in that. So I'm glad we don't have two of them because, man, oh, man, that'd be confusing for sure.
One thing I'm noticing about Zach is out of the top four, he's the only one not really slipping and sliding as we got a caution on the field. Oh, and the leaders are coming to a dead stop.
Oh, I see Larry Bell, Hottenbach here. Hottenbach's backing up, trying to get the car around. Oh, gets to the wall again. Let's go back and see what happened here, folks. Not a lot of damage to the poor 00.
Oh, poor Vermillion and another one tonight.
Let's see what happens to the 34 and the 00 here. Ooh, hot.
He just
got in there a little hot.
He got in there hot and locked him up. Didn't hold the brake right here, it looked like. Kind of slid up the track, and Vermillion just had nowhere to go.
Yeah, he was sideways before he hit Bell there, and yeah, I mean it's just short track racing, like Denny Hamlin said. Then right here, this is heartbreak for him, trying to get the car turned around, but these cars, they don't turn right at all. They're a stock car. They don't turn right.
Not that these cars are so heavy with a lack of power. They're hard to get the wheels to spin, which is what a lot of drivers use to get a car turned around, and you just can't get them turned very good because those wheels won't spin.
I can't remember who it was, but we watched the guy go head on the outside wall trying to get it turned around. It's Creed's going to try to get back, or is getting back, excuse me, one of his laps there. So let's see if we can bring up that side ticker. We'll see what Creech is currently scored as. See if it cycles through for us. Oh, Creech is actually scored now back on the lead lap. It didn't have to cycle for us. Solid.
Nice. Tell you what, I'm impressed with Sam Lawson up there in 6th right now. Gained 2 spots on a track that's hard to pass. He's starting on the outside this restart, though. Let's see if he can get a good jump and get ahead of Brandon Elvis.
Now, somebody like Lawson, who's kind of new to the sim, this outside lane right here, it can be a doozy for him. He's got to try to get the 44 down. If they fire him off, they're racing down Broadway. As 28 cars trying to look to the inside for Zach Murphy, but Murphy, he basically halfway closes the door right there. As we get,
big
wreck.
There's
Cars
the big
flipping.
one.
Now, Wellman told you this place is like Dega.
They're still piling in.
They didn't want a fast pair. We didn't give them one. And man, oh man, there's a lot of wrecked race cars right there. See if we can even go back and find the green here. Or the yellow, excuse me.
I have a feeling we're going to hear about wanting fast repairs back tonight.
Whoa, what happened?
Oh, whoa.
Oh, it's Sam Lawson getting turned.
Sam Lawson, yeah, got turned by Brandon Elvis. He threw it in there like I said he needed to do, and I don't know if he was clear or not, or if Brandon just didn't. I just don't think Brandon recognized it quick enough.
Yeah, I don't think he was anticipating that.
Sam got lucky though, just a little hit to the inside wall, and everyone managed to avoid him.
My only fear with Sam is an unsafe pit entry or exit. You know how iRacing's weird, and the way he parks right here, he hits that cone. Well, no, he actually didn't touch the cone. He might be able to back up. Right? Oh.
Well, lucky for him, that's pit entry, so I think he might have got entering closed pits with how the caution flew, but
right.
No, that's just an end-of-line penalty, and with all these beat-up cars, he might still be all right.
Right on board with the 5-car Tyler Johnson here. Just an innocent bystander, and
oh,
he landed it though. He landed it. That's a good thing. He don't have to tow.
Hey, he's got a lot of left front damage.
Yeah,
oh yeah, you can see the toe on that left front is bad.
He's still holding down P9 with a car that's limping around here. That right front. I mean, it had some camber in it before cast camber, but it is laid over now. There's some broken suspension parts.
Well, if we can get another view of directly behind him, you can see that rear end is pushed to the left. The rear end housing itself is pushed to the left of the car.
Yeah, he's got problems. Big boy problems. He's going to. Oh, I forgot. There's no fast car. I was going to say he's going to have to use fast car. All right, green
we got
flag.
A single file start here.
Green flag back out in the air. Single file. Look at the lead Zach Murphy got, or Justin Coleman got over Zach Murphy with that. That's amazing.
It might be what he needs to get some of that room and save some tire he wasn't able to save before with Zach Murphy right on his bumper.
As I'm just wondering, do cautions breed caution as we are just crossing over the halfway point this time by. Top 4, top 5, throw a blanket over them. Justin Coleman, Zach Murphy, Brian Zimmerman, Jake Grout, and Mr. Brad Carpenter. Carpenter's had a quiet night, but slowly he's moved up only 2 spots, so not a lot of comers and goers in this race, honestly, except for 3 people. Adam Thompson, he's up 8 spots, up to 11th. He started 19th. Our biggest mover of the night so far, though, is Mr. Tyler Clements in the Creative Vets. Number 56, got a little bit of front end damage that might be hurting the car. I don't think it is, but you just got to worry about temps in these, right? You don't want to blow the motor up. But he's up 11 spots. He's moving, and Kevin Prettyman right there behind him in the 6 machine, also making some moves. He's up 9 positions.
Yeah, Kevin's car's looking pretty clean. I think he might just be riding around, waiting for people to make mistakes. Oh, as he gets turned around. He saves it. Incredible save.
Whoa. Todd Letfair got in there a little bit.
Them Cadillacs seem to be having some brake issues tonight, and they're getting in there hot.
You know, Todd got into it, but Todd did straighten him back up right then, so that was pretty cool. Going back up to the front here, Justin Coleman. It's the Go Chain Cowboy show tonight, folks.
Man, I'm seeing a lot of guys smack that wall on exit right now. You got to be careful of that. Tear up those right side.
I saw your comment, Stephen T, by the way. You'll shield for Tanner Marr. You retracted it. You shouldn't. You should have left it. That was cute. I like it. Shout out to you for watching it. Sitting here hanging out with us on Wednesday night. As well, man, tell me what, I asked you who your pick was while ago. We had a caution. Who's your pick for tonight?
I picked Zach Murphy.
Oh, yeah, you did pick Zach Murphy. That's right. I'm gonna go out on a big limb here, right? Big limb. It's a dangerous limb. I'm gonna go out on it. Justin Coleman. I mean, how can you not? I understand your pick was Zach Murphy, right? But how can you not pick Justin Coleman or Zach Murphy? So I'm going to go with Mr. Go Chain Cowboy himself. Something we haven't hit on tonight yet. We did have a good green flag run, but it did not come into effect, is lap traffic. And you're seeing it out the windshield of the 14. Now, once he gets up at lap traffic, that's exactly what Zach Murphy needs to try to pounce onto him here and try to make a move. But you got to get there, you got to be there. You know, that's only half the battle. Then you got to make the pass. So, but lap traffic will play a huge factor in tonight's race if we're not careful, as we got 40 laps to go, 39 at the strike.
Yeah, I also got to think this lap traffic, they don't want to be lap traffic. They want to stay on the lead lap and have a chance at a good finishing position. So they're going to be fighting too. So it's going to get interesting.
As we're riding with an extended camera shot here, backed it up a little bit, try to get lap traffic. Now, Chris Clark, he's a good guy. He's going to show the leader at the bottom, let the leader go by. But already look there, Zach Murphy's already closed in to about 3/10 onto our race leader, Justin Coleman. But it looks like Zach is struggling in the center of the corner when we came into this shot here. Look how much ground Zimmy's able to make up on him here. Each and every corner.
Zimmy's throwing that old super late model line in there. Whip that rear end out on entry and just gun it.
He's out here running dirt.
That's exactly what he's doing. He's throwing that right rear into the corner, trying to save some right front.
It looks like he's getting ready, I believe, to try to set Zach Murphy up. Well, he's setting him up right now, I do believe. What he's doing, he's just trying to make that 29 car watch that mirror. And when you start watching that mirror, you make one mistake, and Zimmy's going to pounce. But right here, Zach Murphy's created a little bit of space. Something else we haven't talked about. They're using a lot of brake out here tonight. People say it's in the sim, others say it's not, but brake fade. Will that come into factor when these brakes get hot, start getting the tires hot?
I think what Zimmerman's trying to do is he's leading Zach to drive lower and lower into the turn, and then when he finally gets in his head, Zimmerman's going to run a little bit higher line on entry, and he's going to get a good arc out of the corner and get a big run on him. I think that's what he's trying to do right now.
He is definitely filling the back bumper and the mirror up of Zach Murphy. And now Murphy, he is a veteran on the sim, right? He's done a lot of races with it. He's won a few races in here. But I promise you, he notices Zim back there. He has to keep tabs on Zimmy, but then he also has to focus on what's out in front of him here. Justin Coleman, race leader. But right now, a solid points night for Zach Murphy going on. I believe our top three, they should have 0x, right? So they're getting some bonus points and running good. They're coming up on a caution here. Caution now on the speedway.
Leaders are breaking hard again.
Oh, Tyler Clemens, Brody Mears. Man, heartbreaking Clemens. He had a lot of spots.
Trouble getting those cars turned around. They're kind of stuck together almost. Ooh, that was a little aggressive there.
I don't know. It looks like Brody, though, slows way up here. Is Brody getting to the wall? No? It looks aggressive. I do not feel like Clemens drove it in there any deeper than, I don't know. It's tough to tell. It's hard to tell.
That's a tough one.
He definitely is going to be at fault for that one, right? But it was just weird. It looked like Brody just slowed down a little bit. Now, Brody didn't do anything malicious there, obviously. He's the one that got turned, but what sucks is, Adam Thompson bringing his car down pit lane. Vermillion taking tires.
Tell you what, on this restart, the tables have turned. Zimmerman's going to start on the inside under Zach Murphy and I think Jake Kraut this time. So that's going to be interesting, this restart.
No, remember Jake Kraut on outside lost a lot of spots. He did battle back, but it happened again to him. He's back in P7. We got Brad Carpenter up in the mix.
Carpenter.
Carpenter up in the mix. I love that car, by the way. Every color, like the green, the purple, the yellow, they should clash. They should be fighting each other, but they flow perfectly on that car. Love that car.
Just kind of reminds me of the Hulk, green and purple.
Right. Well, Kane would be loving that. He's all about Hulk and Hulk smash right now. As we got him re-racked and restacked.
Tell you what, if I'm Zimmerman, I'm getting right on the bumper of that 14 right now because Zach's going to fill that hole if he doesn't.
We've already seen it. As Mark Otta in the chat says, "Sup, what's up, my guy? Glad to have you out there in the chat." As Zimmy does not get the restart. Almost like he was allowing Murphy to get down right there. Or was Zimmerman in the incorrect gear? There's no way he was sleeping that hard. Zach Murphy right to the back bumper as they are double fouled as the 06 of Logan Meyer trying to throw his nip in the head. Had a quiet night. Actually was involved in a tiny incident earlier, but he skated by with minimum damage. Got that car up to P4 now, so he is looking like a contender out here.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a hornet's nest right there. That purple and blue car is trying really hard to get to the bottom, as he finally does, right in front of Jake Kraut. Got Scotty Stevens right behind those two. He's throwing it in there too.
Whoa,
49 gets loose. Incredible save. Scotty's going to throw it in on him, but didn't quite make it.
We're seeing the restarts here, though, guys. Scotty he smelled blood in the water right then. Wasn't a good move. Very smart of him to back out of that because he was getting ready to wreck as he's having some electrical issues. And now he's going backwards. Got the wall with that.
Lanphier gets turned around by Dalton Creech.
Did he get turned there? Is that what happened?
Yep, there's a little bit of bumper contact, just slight nudges. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It was just a tiny nudge, it looked like.
Now, it's Dalton Creech. It's hard to take that one. I mean, it's honestly, it's hard to take fault for that because they clearly stack up in front of him here. But he gets into the back of the 26. Just goes right into the rear end of it.
Whew, I tell you what, it seems like I say this every week. The State Farm good hands of the race has got to go to Larry Bell because that was an incredible wreck avoidance right there by him.
Well, now you got me curious. I missed it, so now we got to go back. Well, that's the wrong one. Try that again. Maybe. No, never mind. SDK being SDK. 18 laps to go here, boys and girls. Justin Coleman's led all the laps up to this point. But now the aggression is about to ramp up. Now, Zimmy in P3, he's got to do what you mentioned. He has to be right on the back bumper of the 14. Almost pushing him here.
Yeah, what I've found out in the few years I've been racing on here, you have to be on their bumper on the restart or you're just not going to get a good start. It's almost like when you're on their bumper, if you're touching their bumper, it's almost just like an extension of your arm. You can just sense when they're going to go, or you could even force them to go. If you bump them good enough, you can force them to get going.
As Mark in the chat says Gravedigger, I'm not even sure.
Talking about Carpenter's car, green and purple.
Oh. As Jake Grout actually just put in the chat, his right foot is actually broken in real life, by the way. He's driving maybe 1 foot right now.
Man, he's driving like that too. Them incredible saves he's having earlier, that's impressive.
All righty, can Zach Murphy hang on the outside? Everybody we've saw thus far drops backwards except Zach Murphy. He's hung P2 all night long. Now Zimmerman, he's got to get up there. Brad Carpenter has to get up there. They got to maximize.
He's leaving too much room. That 06 is perfect on Zach Murphy, and Zimmy he's not getting on his bumper good enough. Ooh, as he gets a little shot going into one.
Yeah, it was not a good restart once again for the 28. Now Brad Carpenter to the inside of the 06.
Man, Mark Stewart in the 8 is just leaning on that 06 right now. The lap before, he's just all over his bumper.
As we got some battling going on right here. This is all for P5. Brad Carpenter is leading the charge on the inside. Mark Stewart, though, he looks like a man with a plan on the outside lane as Caleb B. Thompson 04 Moxie machine actually gets into the wall slightly there. As I don't want to look away from this right here because I feel like the bomb is getting ready to detonate. There's a lot of cars in one spot.
Speaking of Moxie, I got to ask you because you ordered it a couple weeks ago. Did you ever get it and taste it?
No, it never came.
I'm surprised you can't find it down there. I find it down south all the time.
I've never seen it. I've even looked for it, by the way. As Scotty gets loose, Mark Stewart into the outside wall. As I believe this is where your next caution is going to come. As there's going to be 10 laps to go at the stripe. Scotty Stevens and the 06 of Logan racing door to door, leaning on each other.
Yeah,
Chris Smith and Mark Stewart leaning on each other. Holy hell. This is awesome.
Those two are really battling. The bumper to the 06. That was like a perfect bump and run right there.
Got the 06. I think if they were on the low line, it was not going to look like that. I think he would have just moved him up out of the groove. But that high groove, it does not have a lot of grip. As it looks like this may settle down here. 8 car gets down. 8 laps to go as well. Justin Coleman is the man with the plan out front. 29 is Zach Murphy, Brian Zimmerman, P3. That's basically how they ran all night long. Brad Carpenter, though, he is up 3 spots, so he's put his name into the hat for the top 5. 31 car's having a great race so far. Jake Grout started up in second. We saw that outside lane kill him in the beginning and racing with a broken right foot. That's everybody's dominant foot driving, by the way.
Yeah, I'm thinking if Zach's got anything left, he's got to use it right now. Stop looking in the mirror and just look forward. That's the only way you're going to get up there unless we have a caution.
As I think it's all. I mean, I hate to be the bearer of bad news for the excitement factor in here. I think it's all Justin Coleman. I think the battle is for second place on back, but our top five, second through four, excuse me, they're all throw a blanket over them. Now I'm curious: is Zimmy going to try to make a move for second, or is he content with running P3 here?
You know, the racer in me is just waiting for that bumper to come, but Zimmy's not me, and I'm not Zimmy, so I think he'll race him pretty clean. I don't think he'll put the bumper to him. It's a long season. Zimmy's looking pretty good in points. I think he'll settle for third if he has to.
As we got Scotty Stevens, high side rider right now, got forced out by the 80 of Chris Smith. Chris Smith, somebody we haven't had to mention much at all tonight, as now Scotty is having to face the music, we'll call it, to that high side lane. Mark Stewart's just waiting for one lane to go. He may help the 04. His white flag is out in the air. Stewart is trying to get after it. Justin Coleman in lap traffic 91 shows way to Justin Coleman for the final time out of turn number 3 and 4.
We got a battle for third. Oh, who's gonna get it?
I'm not sure.
Looks like Zimmerman. Zimmerman beat him out.
Hey, somebody blew a motor right then too.
That looked like heavy contact after the checker. Oh, man, that's not gonna feel good on the foot. You just lose it. No, hung throttle maybe.
Okay, Jake, that ain't gonna work, brother. Definitely not something we're gonna do often. As this winning moment brought to you by Bam Racing Videos. Almost freaking doing a wheelie there in number 14 Gold Chain Cowboy. Mr. Justin Coleman picked up the first win of the season with a freaking fantastic burnout too.
Yeah, he's gonna try and get it all the way around the track, maybe.
Larson style.
Larson, Gibbs. At least there's no cars on track left to hit him.
Yeah, no doubt. What an idiot. I mean, dude, you won. I get it. Celebrate, but what an idiot. Not Justin Coleman, by the way.
Yeah, we're talking about Ty Gibbs in the NASCAR Xfinity Series.
Got people on the road course trying to come through, and he's just burning it down.
Well, Jake said in chat that his right front broke and couldn't turn the car.
I don't believe that, but don't start out your night lying to me. All right, let's get these boys up in the broadcast waiting room. We got Brian Zimmerman, Zach Murphy, and then where's the Gold Chain? There he is. All right, we're going to let you do Mr. Brian Zimmerman if you like.
Brian Zimmerman, driver of the 28. It's me and it's Kyle and Tanner up in the booth. How you doing tonight?
Doing good. How y'all doing?
We're doing pretty good. Heart's racing a little bit. That was an exciting battle coming to the line right there with Brad Carpenter.
Yeah, Brad had run us down. Zach, his tires started to give up the last 12, 13 laps there, and he just I was starting to get behind him. It was pretty tight. After last night's incident, I didn't want to make a mistake and cost him another good finish there, so I tried to cut him some breaks and pay him back for last night, taking him out of the race. So I don't know if I could have got around him, and it wasn't worth the risk of turning him to try it because it's just so hard to pass here. I did have a little bit better speed than him at the end, but I don't know if it's enough speed to get around him cleanly. So I'm happy to come home in third. This race is all about qualifying. I think we talked about it before the race. Whoever started on the pole could go wire to wire, and that's what Justin did. He ran a perfect race. Good job getting out there and having a great finish and running a clean race. Everybody run up front was running really clean tonight, so appreciate all the clean drivers.
As we're watching the replay, you, Brad, coming to the finish. Great points night for you. You're looking good in the points. We were debating if you're going to put the bumper to Zach or not, and I said probably not. You know it's a long season. You got to make up some points. There's no point in possibly wrecking yourself for it. So good job tonight. Is there anybody on that car you'd like to thank before we let you go?
Thank those guys that at Pit Lizard always run with. Chris isn't with us on Wednesdays, but we do have Larry Bell still running with us, so appreciate that. It's always fun running with Larry and the boys, and thank y'all up in the booth. Y'all do a great job. I look forward to always watching the replay, so that's always fun. And I'd like to thank our new sponsors that's come on. You have to give me a refresher. I forget their name again. What's the new sponsor's name, Tanner?
Bad Company Racing.
That's right. I'm sorry. Bad Company Racing. Those boys have come on, and Been a great addition to our league, and they're sponsoring our Wednesday nights. So we appreciate them coming on. A lot of fun competing with those guys. A lot of good racers in there. So we appreciate them coming on board. Always like to give a shout out to my brother-in-law Andrew. He's always back home watching with my sister and my nephew Brody. So shout out to him. And just much better than last night's finish. I'm happy to come home in third tonight.
Well, congratulations, Mr. Zimmerman, on the P3 tonight. Another strong showing for the 28 car.
Thank you, bud. Appreciate it.
Alrighty, folks. Let's see if we can get Mr. Murphy up into the chat. As Mr. Zach Murphy, it's Tanner Marr. You got a copy?
I got you, brother.
Well, I got you too, so we're squared away. So, Zach, you qualified P3, started on the inside at the start of the race. That allowed you to be to the inside and got past Jake. And then from there, he was pretty much just playing cat and mouse with the 14 car there. He looked to have just a little bit more because based off the restarts and everything. What did you need to get there to 14?
Yeah, I mean, as you guys saw, it was kind of single file out there, tough to pass unless you're going to put the bumper to somebody. So, yeah, once the long runs kind of played out, I was able to trying to save some tire early, and then didn't want to get too far behind him in case it went green for a while. And obviously he had some speed. I think I probably should have saved a little more tire at the end. I kind of used it up the last 10 laps once everything cooled back down and evened out. I just couldn't get back to him in the middle of the run. If it would have went green, I think we could have had a shot at it. But a little too many cautions at the end, I think, is kind of what hurt us.
Was I know second feels like the first loser, especially when you bring
bridesmaid once again.
Right, brides. I mentioned it in the broadcast. So I apologize, but man, oh man, you can't keep your head down because it's a hell of a points night, right? Second race of the season, points will go out in just a few moments, and have to be another good points night for you, right? Maybe exiting out here with the series lead. I can't even remember. How did you finish last week? Do you remember?
Yeah, we run too many of these races. I have to go back and look. I don't think I had a good week last week, but
yeah,
I could take that back. Yeah, I was conquered. I was having a good run. I think I ended up having to take a caution at the end. So glad to have a good run. Good points night tonight. Happy to finish on the podium for sure.
Right on, brother. Who we got to think for the number 29 car tonight? It was black, by the way, too. No AC Delco. Who we got to think?
Yeah, mixing it up this season. Once we finalize the numbers, I figured I'd get a new paint scheme out here for all my cars, make them similar. Got a new Poor Mod scheme too. I don't know if you noticed that last night, but anyway, yeah, I'll thank you guys over at Crooked Line for putting this series on. It's been great. I think we're in season 10 now. It's been a lot of fun every season to be out here. Thank you guys over at TrueSimProductions. Great broadcast every week. I always like to go back and check out what happened, good or bad, and just thank the guys down at Race Room 3, Caleb, Brad. Jake was in there tonight. Kyle usually. So
all right,
that's all I got.
Right on, brother. Well, congratulations for the P2 tonight. Another bridesmaid, but a good solid points night.
Yeah, we'll take it. Thanks, guys.
Alrighty, folks. And then there was one, Mr. Wildman. I'm gonna let you do the winner. The floor is now yours.
Justin, the Gold Chain Cowboy Coleman. How you doing tonight after that beautiful win?
Man, I'm doing awesome. How about y'all?
Oh, we're doing good, recovering from the adrenaline rush of the battles you guys had tonight.
Yeah, it was a good race. It was a real good race.
Yeah, it was. I believe you led every single lap tonight and just put a whooping on these boys. How's it feel?
Sure, it feels good. That was the goal tonight, which I think that's everybody's goal. But after botching the season finale of last season, I was determined to come in here and get a win at Lanier. I wanted to win, so I was 100% focused tonight.
Well, the focus definitely paid off. You saved the most tire. Had them battling behind you, gave you some room to save even more. And you brought her home in victory lane. Got anybody to thank on that car tonight before we let you go?
Oh, yeah. I'd like to, of course, thank y'all for putting on this league and the broadcast and everything. Y'all do a great job. And thank my sponsors, Gibbs Brothers and BH Homes Construction, Parker Brothers Window Tinting, Barry Elvis Performance and Fabrication, and of course all the boys at Bad Company Racing. Can't ask for a better group of guys than them. And as Tanner would say, bad company is good company. So, but yeah, other than that, man, I'm just pumped up, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if I'm going to have to get me one of them Coleman design cars. They seem to be in victory lane a lot lately.
Well, hey, man, shop's open, so you want you a car, man, just swing by the DMs and we'll get to talking.
Yeah, I might have to come up with some new ideas for you. But
Yeah.
congratulations on winning tonight. Tanner, you got anything else?
I got Mr. Coleman, got you a win. It seems like these wins, I'm going to start comparing you to Truex Jr. in Cup, because it seems like when you win, oh my God, man, you put a whooping to, you dominated, and you did it tonight. You actually, I just put the points in, you walked out of the night P2 in the points. You're 5 points behind Brian Zimmerman out front. So great points tonight for the 14, Mr. Gold Chain Cowboy. Congratulations, and I'm sure you'll be a factor next week once again at Thompson, brother.
Yes, sir. I'm looking forward to it. I appreciate y'all.
Right on, brother. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, folks. As we do our due diligence here, finish up. As always, want to thank y'all for tuning in. Want to thank all these drivers. Turned out good showing tonight. A lot of cars came out. A few cautions, 5 or 6 cautions, but overall, very good night. So, Mr. Justin Coleman, Zach Murphy, Brian Zimmerman, that is your podium as it stands. Brad Carpenter, Jake Grout. That is 4th and 5th. Chris Smith, Caleb B. Thompson, Chris Sawyer, Daniel Sweat, and Larry Bell. Round out your top 10 finishers here tonight. Kyle, final thoughts before we close up shop and shut her down for the night.
I thought it was exactly like I thought it'd be. Hard to pass. Track got slick. Big couple big accidents that seen some cars flipped over. Track really gripped up there towards the end, and no one could really catch Coleman tonight. He was on rails.
It was the Coleman Show, and as he said, bad company is good company. Thank you, BCR, for coming on and representing Crooked Line and sponsoring us. Help us out. We appreciate it. And, of course, folks at home, we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in as always. And until next time, we'll see ya.
Ka-chow.
They got that again, man. I'm going to keep on. I wait, and they got me right now. I'm talking right now. We'll see ya.